Dukes of Weebdom, episode 97. Welcome in, welcome back, welcome. How do you do?
It's alright.
Yeah?
Yep. Finally don't feel trapped with Path of Exile. Finally making progress, so.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good. How far into the end game are you? Still got plenty of content left for you to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maps, kind of like Nightmare Keys.
Yeah.
They go from 1 to 16. I am at 4. And then there's also a bunch of bosses for the different activities that I haven't even gotten close to opening the doors to.
It's not strong enough to even look at them. I
don't even think I'm strong enough to get those activities to drop the keys to the bosses. I don't even think it's in their loot pool yet till I get higher.
Ouch.
Yeah. That's good. As long as I don't hit another gigantic wall, that's good. I'm not in a rush to fight the bosses. If I'm still dying to like mobs, I shouldn't be in a rush.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm just happy with I can clear a map of my level now.
I'll do it.
That's about it.
I was just looking for things this past week to fill my time, really, just for waiting for Monster Hunter. Which dropped just the most awesomest of trailers yesterday. It's just
so a bunch of people, a lot of people were just like tweeting out features they noticed.
Like we got the next zone, so this is the 4th zone, which is it's like the frozen cliffs or something. I think they call it something like that.
I heard something about an ice apex monster.
Yeah. So we only briefly saw him. They don't, for like half a second in the trailer, it shows him or her, but doesn't mention it, and they don't talk about it after because Narcilla's returning. They talk about the first monster you see, so they name it, and Gormagala is at the very end of the trailer. So they even show a picture of him, and it says Gormagala on it. So they mention that he's back, which I'm so excited for because I just love Gormagala so much. He's so fun, and yeah, I can't
You're ready.
wait. I'm just so ready. New beta comes out Friday. Well, I shouldn't say new, and I said this before last time. I said I felt weird about the beta when I played it because it just didn't. It felt weird. I was like, world feels smoother, blah blah, with movements and fighting.
Yeah.
But it's an old version of the game too, and they even said it's the same version for this beta. So some people are a little
miffed
because it's not like. But I'm like, the game's 3 weeks away. 3 weeks, 2 days.
Yeah. And
we can wait. It's going to be polished. You'll be all right. But right now, and even still, like, you play the beta, you're like, this is still fucking awesome. But you can just tell, because World is a final product, Iceborne's, like, when you're moving around and just, like, it doesn't feel, I don't know, it's extremely hard for me to describe it. Just something, the best I can say is just unfinished, but that's what the term beta means. And it's an older version anyway of the game.
Yeah, hopefully that's already fixed anyways. So we'll say that kind of problem is a little more worrisome than like a server issue.
And they released a benchmark so people can test that out, make sure all their computers are
I'll be getting that one on console.
Strong enough. Yeah. And then so the beta will be the same as last time, but they add in Gypceros and Arkvale into it, so you can hunt the 2 of those as well. So I'm gonna do all of that. And if you do play it, by the way, your created character you can port into the main game, but no items you gather, no rewards.
Just saves you that creator time.
It just saves the creator time, yeah. So I'll be doing that because I spent like an hour. Not really.
I'm still not sure if I'm going to log in for it or not, because like you said, it's like 3 weeks away, and that's kind of where I sit on the fence in general. It's like, why spoil myself?
Yeah.
Might as well wait to walk into like a whole new world. The only reason I would log in is because I'm also itching to play.
Right. But before all that came, because like I said, I'm just buying time until Monster Hunter comes out. So I got my platinum trophy in First Descendant.
Nice.
Woot woot. And then I was like, you know, fuck it. It was super late at night, dude. It's like 11:30. I know last weekend I go upstairs, grab my PS4, bring it downstairs, boot that up. Takes forever for me to do this because my controller is like stone dead and my charging cable doesn't connect very well.
Ew.
So I'd have to turn on the controller and I'd be able to move like 1 or 2 spaces on the main menu and then it would shut off and then I'd have to turn it on, move 1 or 2 spaces and turn it on. So I'd get to the save data transfer. My internet connection wasn't set up, like the Wi-Fi setup.
Yeah.
It was because I had hardwired my PS4 as well. It's like I'm not going through that and trying to type my password is like
We have a factory standard
password.
Like literally the one on the back of the goddamn Wi-Fi box. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 16 digits
completely
long. Completely random bullshit. And I was like, I ain't trying to do that. So I put a USB in and had just uploaded it to the USB. And while I was there, I was like, oh shit, Elden Ring. So I put Elden Ring save data on it too. So nice. Both of those are on my PS5 now. And I did this for Strikers. Persona 5 Strikers. And I downloaded that on PS5. And so I got in it, got my rhythm back, because I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. None. But I got the rhythm back, I got what I was doing, and I beat the Reaper, did some other stuff, but I realized to get the next 2 trophies, I'd have to play a considerable amount into New Game Plus.
Ew.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll eventually, because it's on my system right now.
Yeah. It seems like a casual enough affair. Just bang
Well,
it
because I need 2 trophies left. One of them is to fuse Lucifer, and because he'll be the last one to complete the registry. So I'll have all personas at one point. I had them, but I need to be level 90 to be able to summon. I have all the requisite items to make him, but I can't make him because I'm level 90. I'm 86, so I gained 4 levels. But that'll come slow because I'm in New Game Plus. But the beginning of it, so the experience gain is probably going to be slow. And then the next one is to max out all bond skill levels.
Brutal.
Yeah. And it's basically a secondary skill chart. Just a whole bunch of skills on this thing, and like one of them is increase max HP of all party members by 5. And there's like 15 levels of that. And same thing with SP. And then there's stuff for like their like strength, magic, agility, all of that kind of stuff. And then there's a bunch of other random abilities that are tied in with the game. All of those need to get maxed out. But I looked it up. You need to get your main bond level to 99. Which is the max, to have enough points to unlock all of them. Oof. And I'm at 59.
Oof.
After a complete playthrough.
Yeah.
So, if you do that math, I'd have to do nearly another complete playthrough.
If not more, because, I mean, a lot of leveling, it slows down.
Yeah.
The math doesn't always equal out like that. Like, I think Borderlands, where you think, I'm going to make it to a second capstone in my second playthrough, and then you make it to the end of your second playthrough, you're like, shit, I need to go into Ultimate Vault Hunter mode.
So one of the trophies was to start New Game Plus on Merciless difficulty, which you unlock after you beat the game. It's basically super hard mode.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so I did that, got the trophy, but then, because I saw also, they're like, oh, the best way to get Bond experience is to play on Merciless, because you get, like, a massive amount of experience for everything. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just do that. But then it tells you right off the bat that there is no retry on Merciless, like retry battle.
Yeah.
So your only option is to return to main menu if you die, first off. So you better hope you're on top of your save action. But then also, I died in the tutorial mission that it puts you in that's like, oh, here's Persona 5 Strikers. There's a bunch of enemies around here. Defeat all enemies. And they're all the fucking weakest things. And yeah, so basically 2 hits and I was KO'd.
Damn.
No matter what it was. I was like, there's just no way I can do this right now. It's just no.
I am ill prepared.
So I just started a New Game Plus on just a regular hard mode difficulty, and I was like, I'll just go through here. And I was just trying so hard to get to, just so I could get access to the Velvet Room, so I could check to see if because I didn't know I couldn't. You can only fuse Lucifer in New Game Plus, apparently, anyway, as well. And so I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just get that trophy and then I'll bounce. Oh my god, dude, the amount of cutscenes I had to skip, and the amount of dialogue and the other bullshit that I had to do, and then gathering intel in a town that I couldn't find the last piece of intel anywhere, and I'm just like...
It's no wonder why I play live service games.
But, yeah. That's a good time. It's there. It's chilling. It's on my PS5. Maybe someday.
Someday.
Because, I'm two easy-ass trophies away from another Persona 5 Platinum.
They'll get you to do it. The fact that P5 is on that cover will get you to finish that platinum. And then you'll just need the rhythm game trophies.
And then Tactica, but I don't know. I was playing Tactica again a few weeks ago, and it's just...
It's alright.
Yeah, it's like, because a lot of... It would be better. Because first off, I know that if I want to do it, I want to get the platinum, right? And to do that, I know that one of the trophies has got to be defeat all side quests. But their side quests in the game, you'll get like missions from a main menu, because there is absolutely no exploration. It's just a main menu, start a mission, go to the mission. Main menu, start a mission, go to the mission. Their mission setup is more like do this specific thing. So you got like 8 enemies here. Beat all 8 enemies within 3 turns. And
yeah, it's more like extra conditions on the same fight.
But because it's a tactics game, there's a specific tactical way you have to do everything. So I've been just looking up video guides on each one of the side missions.
I imagine that's made the game so painfully boring now.
Yeah, and it's like, because like the main missions isn't like that. Like the main story, the objective is win.
Yeah.
But I'm just like... But then I'm also like confused though, because like... I'm pretty far into it. I'm like 20-ish hours into it, but I'm still in like the first quote-unquote palace. But this trophy is for beating other worlds. They're called worlds this way. But I'm like, PlayStation 5 tells me like my percentage of complete of this game is like 40-something% already. And I'm like, but I'm still in the first world, so there's no way that's true. Unless it's I'm 40% of this world, and then it was, so, I don't know. But,
oof.
Yeah. But I got Kingdom Come Deliverance instead. So I'm playing that. And boy, let me tell you, the combat is fucking hard.
Yep. You bet your ass it is.
It's like
For Honor all over again. Where you have to actually aim your sword in blocks in different directions and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just dumb, but it's just like the enemies seem way faster than I can even move to them block. It's tough.
Well, they're better with swords, sir. You gotta get better with the sword.
No, because at the beginning of the game, you have all of those stats. They pull a Kratos on you, where it's like you're playing God of War, you start the game as Henry.
They don't pull some bullshit. Be like, you're now less capable than you were.
They do pull that bullshit.
Oh, no!
But I think it's more bullshit that you survived the bullshit. You get shot by an arrow, and you're running through the woods naked. And I was getting so
Sounds like Henry.
it's not really a spoiler because it's the first 5 minutes of the game. But so you're with some Hans. Have you played the first game?
A little bit.
Okay. Well, this dude named Hans. He's a knight. You're with him, and you're riding through. He's trying to deliver a letter to the town you're going to, but it's too far away to make it through the day, so you camp out. It's like, okay, camping out. Dudes come up to you from the town, and they're like the guards or whatever. Or you have to pass some persuasion checks so they don't kill you, or whatever. And they're like, watch out for bandits. We're going to hunt them down. I'm like, okay, cool. And in that is where the tutorial for combat kind of is. Dude's like, well, since how we're here, why don't we have a sword fight? So you go in the area, you got wooden swords and shit, and he teaches you all the basics. So you go through all of the motions. It's like, this is how you parry. So then they ask you to parry 3 moves. Because this isn't too bad. Now here's a counter. Counter 3 moves or whatever. And then it's like, okay, this is how you attack. Land an attack 3 times, so then chain attack. So it basically shows you all of your combat, and you go through it. And then at the end, of course, they're like, okay, let's have a mock battle.
Yeah.
And you can bet on it or whatever. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll do this. Dude, I think I hit him once. I got fucking eviscerated. I was like, Jesus Christ. Then right after that, the Hans person is like, I'm going to go bathe in that river right there. And I'm like, that's a shit idea. But there's no option to tell him that that's a shit idea. I'm like, we were just warned about bandits. And you want to take off all your fancy armor. And even one of the old dudes in our camp is like, that's a shit idea. And I'm like, thanks, dude. Let me dialogue agree with this guy.
Same brain.
But no, instead, we join him. So we take off all of our shit. All of it. Our sword, armor, everything. We're wearing these white pants short things. And then we go in the water. And then we're in the water. And I'm like... I even said it out loud. I was like, dude, I hope this guy fucking dies. Because he's making stupid-ass decisions. And I'm just, like, so angry about it right now. So we're in the water, just washing up, whatever, and then he hears girls singing. And they're like, oh, let's go peep on the girls. Maybe they're bathing, blah, 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 blah. So we go over there, and it's a stealth tutorial, because you got to throw a rock to get past one girl.
Nice.
And then you come and you see some other girls, but they're really just washing clothes. But then you hear some screaming. You're like, what the fuck? And you look over there. All your dudes at camp just get murdered by the bandits. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's a good idea that we went swimming. But now we're naked. Some girl over there is about to get essayed.
Yeah.
And your character's like, I just need to do something. And Hans is like, yo, shut up. Let's just go. And he stands up and is like, yo, what you doing? Saves the girl. But now they're coming after us. We swim away. I get shot in the shoulder by an arrow. Now we're running through the woods at night.
Oh, God takes your boons back.
In our fucking underwear. We're trying to escape from these guys, and the last guy catches me. And you're there, and there's a combat option. And it's like, you don't have anything. It just starts the combat, and he's right there with the sword and a thing, and your fists are up, and I was like, what? Wait, what? It's supposed to end. As soon as he gets close enough to even swing, it starts the cutscene.
Nice.
And, which I don't know why the option to fight him was even there for that split second. But basically... you kind of get in and you like block, you like hold the sword and you're scuffling and you fall off a cliff together. And dude, when you wake up and Hans wakes you up and says you took a tumble off that cliff and the camera pans up to that cliff, I'm like, nah, he's dead. Bro, that's like 9-10 stories. Damn. Maybe more. Massive. And you're like, you're fucked up. You're pretty fucked up, but...
Clearly, you lost all your sword fighting talent.
Yeah, literally everything. That's what it says. Based from your injuries, you have lost all of your skill points and must learn them all back again or whatever. And I was like, oh.
I was wondering how they're going to do that, because I really didn't think they would go the route of making Henry, like, capable at the start of this game for gameplay reasons, because their whole thing was based on, like, improving over time and being like a realistic simulator in the first one. So I'm like, there's no way there's going to start off as like capable Henry then.
Yeah, no. The game actually starts in a castle defense.
Nice.
As some random dude named Collins, some old dude.
I'm not far at all in the first game, so I don't really know.
I don't know. They give you a crossbow. You get to go up on the wall, and you can shoot the enemy soldiers that are besieging your tower. They come storm the gate. You go down there, try to defend the gate. Then they're coming up on ladders. You gotta go there, push the ladders off, fight some dudes on the wall. It's pretty cool, but it ended way too soon. I was enjoying that.
So I just had flashbacks to God, now Lord of the Rings game. Is it Battle of Helm's Deep in Two Towers? We had to kick off the ladders and shit. Yeah.
Shit was fire.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, it's a cool game. I'm a little serial killer right now.
Already?
No, it's story-wise, I'm in a hut and I've already killed 3 people and had to bury them all by a creek, and you can still see their graves afterwards. So I got all 3 of their graves are like right there, and I'm like, I'm 3 bodies in, and I'm like 45 minutes about gameplay into the game. Cool.
Nice.
But I'm still at that like hut right there, and it basically shows you I assume the whole of the first game. Like in beats.
Nice. Like a summary of it, or
kinda more in his like near-death experience flashbacks.
Oh,
and
nice.
Then like, because when you fall, Hans picks you up and he's like, you got his arm over your shoulder and you're walking through the woods with him, and you're death hallucinating like bad. Keep seeing all of these like battles, which I assume is all of the events of the first game, because it starts with, well, you mentioned, here's a sword that you got to go to deliver, but an army invades and some dude steals the sword, and you still don't.
Kills your family.
And everyone there, and then you go to some town, tell them that there's some dude with an army who stole your sword, and then at the end of it, you still couldn't get your sword back, I guess. So Henry still doesn't have that sword. So I'm like, oh, okay. Cool. But yeah, I'm liking it. Hard as fuck for combat.
Mm-hmm.
This is
It's going to be hard as fuck for a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen what blacksmithing looks like.
I did alchemy.
You did alchemy?
And listen, dude, there was a lady.
Let me tell you, my partner loves alchemy.
Walked me step by step. And thank God, because it's like, okay, here's a manual. And you flip open to the 2 pages that it tells you the recipe of what you got to do, right? And it says bring water to boil, throw in the 2 sage is one, and it's like Carmelisle or something is the other one. But it's like, okay, so she's walking me through the steps, and you're literally doing it. So it's like, you have to lower the pot under the flame, then you can see the boil effect, but then you have to let it boil for a minute. There's a fucking an hourglass that you can tip over that empties, right? And then you got to lift it up out of there. Then you got to grab your item, put it in the masher bowl, mash it up, pour it into that. Then you got to reach over and like look what kind of like water, liquor, wine, or oil or something like that.
Yeah.
You grab that, you put that in there, mix it all up, and then there's fucking like you can lower the thing to boil and bring it up. There's 4 options rated below you of like different grinding methods. Then there's 4 options of mixers over here, and then you come over here and there's a bunch of beakers and shit that you only had to interact with one to fill it. But then the book is right there. But the book doesn't mention it. It just basically says bring to boil for 1 minute, add this, add that. But there was like 18 steps that she walked me through, and I'm just sitting there being like, this is going to be so hard when I try to do it by myself.
Oh, let me tell you, blacksmithing's the same way.
Oh, I bet.
I haven't seen much of it, but I did see one person hammering their sword in a cliff. So I'm just like, yeah.
Well, because she tells me, right, she's like, I needed to gather those herbs first. So she tells me they're up this path, go from one's a purple plant, one's a fucking white plant, like whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. So I gather the 2 plants, and then I come back down, there's 2 dudes outside asking about me. So I tried every speech option available to get out of it. because every speech option I chose led to combat, and I died from combat each time. So I kept choosing different ones, not because I wanted to choose them, because I was forced to, because I kept dying from the combat.
Yeah.
Because you come down, and you're like, oh, I should grab a weapon. And I'm like, oh, an axe. So the first one, I grab the axe, I equip the axe. But my weapon's not drawn. So I go, I talk to him, and it leads to combat. And I forget what button it was to draw my weapon. So then I die before I could even do that. So I come back, and this time I equipped it, and I figure out how to draw it, and I approach them with the weapon drawn. So they come at me all hostile, like, who are you to come with the weapon drawn on me? And I, like, whatever, fuck it, I'm rolling with it. So I did every option that the two options to start the conversations, because they ask you a question, and it's like either you're at the wrong place or like, yeah,
I'm the man.
I'm the dude. And I'm like, well, I'm the dude is obviously going to start the combat immediately. The other one comes up with a bunch of different options to try and resolve it peacefully, and all of them failed for me. So like, I got stuck fighting the combat. But I made it through, and I did beat them. It was tough, though. Those were my two other bodies that I added to the creek.
Nice.
So that's where I am right now. Not far. I'm still at that hut. Very, 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 very early in the game. Like I said,
I'm so glad you touched alchemy. So
maximum an hour into the game. Well, it's because it's part of the main quest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm actually gonna. I think I'm gonna really like the game, especially with just all of the. It seems like. I mean, this is just guessing based on how open it is with like alchemy. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of freedom on how you play the game.
It's very. I wouldn't call it a simulator game, but it's a game that's very interested in trying to be a simulator. You know what I mean? They want to be authentic to history.
Can you do just like whatever you want though?
I believe so. I mean, there will be consequences,
well,
but yeah.
So if I like Skyrim'd and I just wanted to be like, I'm just gonna try and just kill everyone in Whiterun.
Yeah, I already heard. IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. I'm not sure if you heard. And one of the guy's only criticisms was that he actually broke one of the quests because he killed a whole area before he got the quest to go to that area.
No.
So yes, you can Skyrim.
You can Skyrim. Damn. Yeah, I'm really excited to play it, and I got 3 whole weeks to kill, so minus this weekend. I mean, I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but all weekend.
Yeah, poke your head in.
No, I'll play the beta again because I want to fight Raydal again, and I want to fight Arkvale, even though I'm gonna get absolutely eviscerated, and I'm okay with that. Just like with Nergigante, in that beta, because you're going into it with like super low level gear. And it's already going to be a certain quest. It's like the time limit that he's going to be this, going to be reduced.
And you don't know him yet.
The amount of carts that you can have is going to be reduced and stuff. And again, I don't know him. So.
There's something like Nergigante with how fucking fast he is.
Well, this guy looks faster.
Oh, God.
It looks awesome, though. Nice. All the monsters look fantastic. Can't wait. It's going to be Liddy McTitty.
I am ready.
So ready. But no. Henry shall keep me company.
Yes.
In ye old England, 1400 something.
No.
I don't know. It's
I don't know the year
early
either,
1400s.
I'm interested in playing the game, but I'm probably not going to touch it for a while, even though I'm going to own it.
Yeah, you said you get it for your partner, so.
Yeah. And the Goro Majima game's in a couple weeks, and I will be playing that one, so.
I will also be playing that.
Getting that for my partner.
Yeah, I'll also be playing that, but not immediately. Because it comes out the same week as Monster Hunter?
The week before, I believe. Like 1 week before.
Because Monster Hunter comes out on Friday, not Tuesday.
Let me see. Goro Majima Pirate Hawaii.
Which I'm so thankful for. I would hate if it came out on a Tuesday. I come home from work, I play it for like 2 hours, have to go to bed and wake up for work on Wednesday.
The 21st.
Yeah, exactly a week. So.
Yep, it's also a Friday.
Nice. I'll get it.
Tuesday works better for me though.
Not for me. 28th can't come fast enough.
Too
far away. It's okay. Like I said, Kingdom Come seems like it's going to be really fun until I have to get into another fight. And then just...
Richard, you'll be trained to love the simulator side of it more than the actual Skyrim bits.
Maybe. You never know.
There's archery.
There is archery. And I'm pretty good at archery in video games. And I think I did pretty good with that crossbow at the beginning. But
I was going to say, I'm like 90% sure there's no crosshair in Kingdom Come.
There was not that I saw. No.
Yeah, like...
But that's okay.
I remember when I picked up a bow in 1, it's like,
oh no.
Like all waving around and shit.
I assume it would just get steadier as you level up.
I would assume so.
But,
I can't even describe how not far into that game I did. I might as well have just done the tutorial, honestly.
Well, didn't you say it's like your partner's like favorite game?
Yeah,
like ever?
Just about. If it's not, it's damn close.
Nice. Well, then I'm sure he'll greatly appreciate the collector's edition.
No.
You'll just have to make sure that you dissuade him from buying the game long enough.
I already told him not to. I pretty much already told him I'm getting it. Because I knew it was already out. I knew I get paid tonight. So I was like, hey, don't buy Kingdom Come 2. And that's when he brought up the collector's edition. Again, I couldn't find it on Amazon. So I was like, what collector's edition? Type that shit in. Yep, GameStop has collector's edition. So I'm just going to order from there. So it all worked out in the end.
No, they might not have it in stock, but I was going to say.
Well, they can ship to store. I'm just going to have them ship it. That way I can just order it the moment tonight, too, because I don't want them to sell out. Who knows how many they stocked up on these.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just going to order it and have them ship it to me. It's already... Lord knows it's already $200. I'll take whatever extra fees to...
I pre-ordered Monster Hunter on Amazon, so I'll get the hard copy.
Nice.
So... We'll see, hopefully, because I get out of work early on Fridays.
I think my only hard copy PS5 games are his.
I have... I know I have Stellar Blade hard copy. God of War Ragnarok, was that PS5 or PS4?
5.
Then I got that hard copy. 16. Final Fantasy 16. I own hard copy, but you have it.
I do. I have 16.
And I think there might be one more PS5 game I have hard copy, but I don't know.
I just have Horizon Forbidden West. End of list.
That was a PS5 game?
Sure was.
Man, have I had the PS5 for that long already? Because I played that game, but I don't know if I have that on hard copy or if I have that digitally. Sure as fuck, I think well, I don't know, because PS4 I had for a very, 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 very long time. I
think I've had mine replaced twice.
I'd never replace. I think.
I could be wrong.
I think I bought the PS4 at most 4 months after it came out. At most. And I think it was a lot sooner than that. So, like, that's just me just being, like, giving myself a good pad-in window.
Yeah.
So I've had the same PS4 since I bought the original version until the PS5 came out, and then some, because you know how hard it was getting a PS5 when it first came out.
Yeah, I didn't even bother. I also remember
waited.
The last 2 times I bought PlayStation consoles when they came out, I had a game.
Well, for me, that was the same way. When I bought the PS5, the only 2 games I had on it were 14 and Smite.
Yeah, that was the only reason I was okay with buying 4 so fast, was because I had 14, and the upgrade from 3 to 4 for that was
God.
holy shit.
Yeah. A whole
Jeez.
new world.
You mean I could load into populated areas? Wow.
I remember.
I'm not lagging on Titan Extreme? Wow.
I remember too, like streamers and video YouTubers of 14 seeing like the PS5 version of 14 on videos that Square Enix was releasing, showcasing how fast teleport and load in and stuff was. Nobody believed it. And I've actually not heard any one of them. Well, I also don't follow them religiously, so I'm sure this is something eventually. But like, none of them have changed their mind, because it is. I load in faster than my wife's computer does on PS5 in 14. The teleporting is no joke. It is instantaneous load in, and it's glorious.
I still haven't logged into 14 on a PS5 yet.
Yeah. But yeah, what I was trying to get at is that I've downloaded way more games on the PlayStation 5 than on the PS4, but I had the PS4 for like I said, its entire life cycle. When the PS4 come out, 2000.
Hell if I know.
It had to have been somewhere around Heaven's Word, so I'm going to say 2016, 2017. Maybe later. Earlier? 13. Wow, 2013. What was the PS3's life cycle then? It must have been short as fuck. Because PS3 I got pretty early too, and my mom bought that for me after high school.
2006.
Oh, then I just got a PS3 super late then.
Yeah, because I got it right away, because I got it with the Infamous bundle.
Oh yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, because mine's that smooth flat black, and yours was that shiny one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also had the one with the cute door that opens up on the top too. That was a cute one.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't have that on my PS3.
It was cute. It was nice to have one whose disk drive wasn't reliant on having electricity. So if it ever died, I could get my fucking game back.
You know, that's the only system I don't know where it is, actually, now that I think about it.
PS3?
I know I still have it somewhere. I just don't know where my PS3 is.
I think I gave mine away. I've given away all my old consoles. I still have my 4, though. But I'm planning to give it away.
Well, you see my PS2 sitting right there. I have 3 more in the box behind you.
Everything older than... Well, everything older than PlayStation 3, honestly, I regret giving away. Because I would love to have an N64 again.
Yeah, same. I have a Xbox 360 Elite. I have a PS3 somewhere. Again, I don't know where. PS4, PS5. Like 5 PS2s. Because there's the fat one there. I can see a fat one sticking out of the box. Maybe there's 2 more fat ones in there, and I have the slim one somewhere. But I'm pretty sure my slim... the disk drive doesn't read, so it's like there's no point in having it. It's garbage.
Yeah.
But that one works 100%, so.
I'd want a 64 and I'd want a GameCube again.
Yeah, but the GameCube has like 2 games on it.
I know, and yeah, I have like 2 games I want for it. That's it.
You know what I would want actually again? I would want a Wii.
Really?
Well, actually, we didn't know where it was. My wife has a Zelda edition of the Wii U.
Ooh.
So it's like black and it has all the Hyrule letters and shit in gold all around it. Nice. On the Wii U. But she didn't know where it was, and when her brother was over a couple of weeks ago, she asked him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got that. You let me borrow it," and I just still have it. She's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, because it's a good console for kids.
Mm. And we have
motion controls and everything.
Yeah, and we have 2 Switches. Nice. We have more Switch. Like my wife, we have 4, but 2 of them really aren't like ones to be played with because they were jailbroken for when my wife was streaming, when she did the Animal Crossing stuff for items and all that stuff. Nice. So technically 3 of them are like that, but the third one can still be used for other things. And then our main Switch that we've never touched, that's factory settings.
Nice. We have one. I gave mine to my mom when I moved in with my partner.
Mm. And yeah, that's it. But I would like a Wii because I would. Monster Hunter Tri on the Wii is actually a really good game, and I'd play it again just to fuck around. But what I really want access to being able to play is Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Ooh, fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah. Right? Come on. Like, just to have that, because, like, you never know. Like, if we're just chilling someday that it's not a podcast day, and you're like, yo, let's whip out the fucking Tatsunoko versus Capcom real quick and just do a couple
Nostalgia
of battles.
everywhere.
Right? Like, we can do that with my PS2, which we have done.
Yes.
You do it with PS3 or
That's just another one.
Or whatever. It just adds that one more element to it. You know? So I wish I still had a working Wii, but I just don't. It's actually really bugging me. I don't know where my PS3 is. Like, off the top of my head. I know exactly where my Xbox is, where my PS4 is. Especially because I just put it back where my PS4 was. But, like, I'm thinking, like, I just don't know. Maybe in the closet in my room, but I'm thinking about what I know is in there, and I'm like, it's highly unlikely that it's in there. So I'm just like, I don't know where it is, like, at all.
It'll turn up.
It will. I mean, it's a huge fucking electronic, and it's definitely not something I would ever accidentally throw away. You know what I mean?
There's only one game that I have on PS3 that I can't play anywhere else that I would play again. It's Tokyo Jungle.
I was gonna say one of the Hell Zones.
Oh, you're right. Killzone, yeah.
Oh yeah, Killzone.
Now
yeah,
I'm disappointed in myself.
You loved those games.
I did. I was playing that. That was like probably my first like big sweaty online game. I was playing that fucking.
You were all over that shit.
I loved that fucking game. Killzone 3 slapped. Ah, now I'm sad.
Yeah, no. PS3 was good. I have.
Infamous was good. I missed
I
it.
do know where my PS3 is. It's beneath my son's TV. In the one that's playing Pokemon upstairs randomly for nobody. Just playing Pokemon. In
Yeah, I noticed that.
underneath that in the cabinet is where all my PS3 and PS4 games are.
Nice.
And PS3 is in there with actually my wife's PS3. She had one too. She has the slimmer one, and she played all of 5 hours of it. It's the fucking. But I got it super cheap. It was super late into the PS3's life cycle. Yeah. And it was super on sale. So I bought it for something. I don't even remember what. Oh, that fucking I don't know what it's called. You know that game that was in fucking development hell at the same time? 13 first. Nope. Not No Man's Sky. She did play that game.
I was about to say, I know she played that game.
But no, the one with the little kid and the big white fox spirit thing.
The Last Guardian.
Yes.
From the person who did Shadow of the Colossus.
Yes. But we can't find the actual game. We tried looking. This is years ago. Many years ago, before my son was even born. We tried looking because I wanted to try playing it, and we just
can't find it.
Could not find it anywhere, and anywhere that it would. And at this point, with how many times we've
someone chuck it in the ocean,
it's just gone. Yeah, it's gone. So.
Damn.
But with knowing my wife though, oh my god, it pissed me off. So like all of our Switch games that we have,
are they in different boxes?
Oh yeah, you open one and it's like you open like even my games. It's like you open Smash Bros. And it's like, why is Zelda in Smash Bros? Because like I would say I played Smash Bros. The last time anyone touched the fucking Switch, and it was still in it. So she just puts whatever game is in the system. She opens Zelda, and she was just playing fucking Pokemon.
My people.
Pokemon is going in Zelda case.
My people.
No, you fucking heathens. That's how you lose games.
That's how you lose time.
No, that's how you lose games and spend $75 on a game that you loved because you could never find it, and then you find the game 5 years later because it was in the wrong case. That's what happened to me with this game right here. Dragon Ball Z Infinite Worlds. This is a new version of it. I bought it because I had the empty case for the longest time. I was like, fuck, where'd the game go? But I never checked any of the other fucking boxes that I had because I never do that. It was doubled up. So it was scratched to shit at this point because of how many years it was in there. But it was in a different game box, doubled up. So somebody played my PS2, that game was in it, took it out and put it in a different game case.
Would that be hilarious if it was me, just like way back in the day?
Oh my god.
Because I do that shit. I do.
Terribly. No, I can't. No, it's got to go back in its case.
But that's like 15 whole more seconds.
Yeah, exactly. 15 seconds. You'll be all right.
Jeez.
Ugh. You disgust me.
It's okay. It works for me and her.
Yeah, see, look at all of these games that I have from so long ago that I can play whenever I want.
I know, again,
Nostalgia blast.
God, I want to buy a GameCube again literally just for 2 games. Custom Robo, which is like an overhead arena.
I bet you I can name a third, but go ahead.
Or like arena fighter. Where you get to like customize your dude with different weapons and stuff and just fight in this little arena. But it was so good. It was such a long game and I just loved it so much. I never fully finished it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one is Yu-Gi-Oh! The False-Bound Kingdom, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh! RTS game.
That sounds awesome.
It is.
Well, like I said, I could name a third one for you.
What is it?
GoldenEye.
Nope, 64. But yes.
That was on 64. What'd you say?
GameCube.
GameCube.
Yeah, GameCube specifically, it would just be those 2. I don't even want the Smash Bros. Of that time.
All right, then how about this then? Wasn't Pokemon Coliseum on fucking GameCube? Or was that 64 as well?
Stadium 64. Coliseum is GameCube.
I would play the fuck out of Coliseum again. That game is fire.
I didn't like Coliseum that much.
I do.
It's a good game, though. I was just irked by it.
I loved that game.
It had a mechanic where you could only catch Pokemon that had like a dark aura around them, and that immediately
but it was more
off.
of a fighting game though,
and
too.
a little bit story-y too. It had a lot of good story, which Stadium did not. Stadium might as well. It doesn't have a story. I'll play Coliseum again. I'll give that another try. I'll grant that one to you, especially if I went through the trouble of having a GameCube again. That's the problem with GameCube. Double Dash sucked. The Smash before it was better.
It's not here, but I know I have it because I bought it specifically again to have it because I didn't have it. I have a Yu-Gi-Oh game for PS2. It's
Duelist of Roses.
No, it's it's the chess piece one.
Capsule.
Yep.
Capsule Coliseum.
Yep.
Something
That's
like
it.
that. Yeah, I played that one too. That game's also good.
That game's fire. I love that game.
I think I played every Yu-Gi-Oh game that wasn't actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh
cards. Yeah, no, because then you played the Yu-Gi-Oh card ones and they all sucked. Like Duelist of the Roses.
And I already had a deck. Why would I play a game that has less cards in it?
Yeah, right.
And less freedom, like. But man, those side games slapped. Capsule Coliseum was good. False-Bound Kingdom was so good.
You know what's funny too? Because earlier today, while I was eating dinner, I was watching YouTube, and I watched 2 videos of just this. I forget what the first one was called, but the second one was just Seto Kaiba being extra for 5 minutes.
That good.
It was, yeah. Because I was watching it, the first one, and I was like, am I watching the Abridged right now? And it wasn't. So I was like, oh shit. It was funny because I forgot about this savage scene of Kaiba. He's watching these like old video reels of like the spin dial things.
Yeah.
With the tape for the footage of
Projector?
A projector, yeah. Of his adoptive brother, not Mokuba, a different adopted brother when they were younger. And the kid...
It already sounds abridged.
I know, right? But, so, it'll get worse. So, obviously, the dude's not around anymore in the current timeline. So, something happened to this the other adopted brother. Whether he got killed, sold off, or something, I don't know. But the dude trips in it. He's a kid, remember you, and he trips and falls. He scuffs up his knee, and Kaiba is just sitting there watching Stoneface. He just dork.
Ouch, man. What an asshole.
Right.
I was just born that way.
I love my favorite scene though is you'll never be as cool as Seto Kaiba flying a jet shaped as a blue eyes white dragon as he jumps out of it before it lands. Fucking superhero lands, stands up and pulls a key fob and beeps it to park it. It's a fucking jet in the shape of a blue eyes white dragon. Or
Show had all the sauce.
the movie Dark Side of Dimensions is fire too. The last Yu-Gi-Oh movie about.
I still don't think I saw that one. I saw the first Yu-Gi-Oh movie they came out with.
I went to theaters, saw that.
Same.
I got that Shining Dragon, whatever it was. They were giving.
It was 4 different cards. I got the Dark Magician Night Fusion one.
Yep. See, that's like. How cool is that? As you're a kid, you go there and you get a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card just for going to see a movie. You don't get that today.
And Pokemon cards back.
Pokemon cards too.
I
I
used to have that Mew, the ancient text Mew from the first movie.
I had that too.
I wish I still had it.
Same, and I remember in my mind seeing that card being halfway destroyed.
Oh no, where mine ended up?
Somewhere in a garbage heap somewhere.
Yeah.
But he's talking to these dudes. You know the end of the scene, but he's talking about because the Pharaoh's dead and he wants to duel the Pharaoh, but it's just Yugi, right? So he doesn't care about Yugi. He wants to fight the Pharaoh. So he's talking to these scientists about, no, I edited this AI virtual thing to be exactly like him. Even that like swath hair of his. In fact, that took me the longest to edit. It took me the most detail to get his hair right. And then he's like complaining that the AI wasn't good enough, and he crushes a bottle in his hand and throws it, and it lands, and then he's just like, fire whoever designed that bottle. Kaiba Corp shouldn't make things that bend so easily. And they're just like, yes, Kaiba, sir. He's just awesome.
So
dude.
fucking extra.
Like, one of the comments, I took a screenshot.
To be so awesome and so self-aware.
Another one, there's a plane was about to crash, and everyone's like, oh shit, a plane. And then a bunch of bombs shoot at the plane, and it explodes at this coliseum of a bunch of people, and they're all freaking out. And then it lands, and there's all fire and shit, and everyone's freaking out. And then Kaiba just starts laughing, and he's like, behold, the newest Kaiba Corp digital display for dueling. Everyone's freaking out, thinking the plane just crashed on them. And
it's no wonder the world ends up being like motorcycle gangs and fucking that can duel each other.
And then he goes something about aliens, and he's like, of course, if they were visited by aliens, the first thing we would have to do is teach them how to duel.
Oh my god.
No, let me see the screenshot. The comments on it were well, first off, look at that. It's still shocking.
Knowing the Yu-Gi-Oh universe, if aliens come down, they already know duel monsters and have their own duel monsters decks. Not different card game. The same card game, but their own cards.
I love my favorite part about Kaiba is how long this dude denies the supernatural aspect of the duel monsters in this series. After everything he's seen, he's like, nah, bro. No. Science. That didn't happen. I'm like, bro, you just got summoned to an interdimensional plane where your soul was almost ripped out of you, and you're not going to believe that shit happened?
I just passed out.
So, the first comment here was, this man was being erased by ancient magic and just said no. He was about to lose and summoned a god that no longer existed. Let's be honest, he only loses because of plot. And then, oh, that's what he says. He says, this is saying nice outfit dork while watching previously lost footage of his adoptive brother is probably the most Kaiba thing I've ever seen.
He can't turn it off.
No, he's just, it's Kaiba. I love him. He's just such a dick. But a fucking hilarious dick.
Born hater.
Yes. 100%. Yu-Gi-Oh slaps.
Yeah, it does.
Early Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, it does.
Abridged.
Card game doesn't, but yeah, it does. No,
I would say
I hate the card game.
Early now, 100%. But I liked, like, because I played the shit out of that in elementary
Yeah.
school. I liked the original, like, back when it was just like, here's a monster. Like,
It
they
might as well
didn't
just
have
been
these.
a gateway drug to me. The moment I
It was,
touched
yeah.
hard drugs, the Magic the Gathering, I never looked back at Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. It died to me immediately.
Yes and no. So I played Yu-Gi-Oh! In elementary school. There was a huge scene in my elementary school for it. And we got it banned in our school, unfortunately.
But unsurprisingly.
Yeah, exactly. And so then I played it in elementary school, but that was it, because then we went to middle school, and I had the grave misfortune in middle school of being completely separated from everyone I went to elementary school with. In all my classes, I was no longer with any of them, so I knew nobody. So that's what stopped me from playing with any of the friends that I would have played with. And then high school, I didn't play anything, and it wasn't until after high school that... Because I took the initiative. You were trying to teach one of our friends Magic at a table, and I was just like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just going to listen in on this conversation, too. And then too much money spent later.
Yeah, we won't speak of the sums. For me, it was freshman year. I joined the gaming club, and I even brought my Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck. And it's like, yes, I'll play some Yu-Gi-Oh! And only one person there had Yu-Gi-Oh! We did play a little bit. And then our friend introduced me to Magic. And I think I literally never played Yu-Gi-Oh! Again after that. I think I literally, the moment I started playing Magic with him, I think even before I even got my own deck, I just stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, we've done it once together.
Okay, once, yeah.
But also, we were probably playing it wrong.
Also true, yeah.
So there was that. Just
oh yeah, and technically
monsters,
twice,
tributes
because I
and
did
shit.
download the game to play one match and then lost in my opponent's first turn and said, I'm never doing this again.
That's a classic I would play. Like WoW Classic, if they released like Yu-Gi Classic.
Literally
Yu-Gi-Oh!
just like
Classic.
the first set of
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I was about to say Magic again.
But I don't know. I still need to buy one more Yu-Gi-Oh card. I just don't know which one it is, so that I can then complete my mural that I want to make of it, where I have all of the classic stuff. Because again, I don't give a fuck about any of the new stuff.
Yeah.
So like, I got the 5 pieces of Exodia, the 3 God cards, 3 Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, a bunch of Dark Magician fusions, Dark Magician Girl, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Buster Soldier, you know, that kind of stuff. Curse of Dragon, all the
Summon
classics.
Skull?
Oh yeah, yes, 100%. Something Skulls.
I almost thought it would be futile to even say it, but yeah.
And then I have a few of the most popular traps and magic cards. Like I have Swords of Reveal and Light, Black Hole, and I don't remember trap card names, but
Change of Heart.
yep, I have Change of
Monster
Heart.
Reborn.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop there.
Yeah, I have a bunch of those that I will put like at the bottom and stuff. But I just want to make it.
The Fusion.
I don't know if I have the Fusion
That-
card,
that-
but
That's the one. That's
I might
the
have
one
it
if you
'cause
don't.
I don't remember, because I feel like I would, because I do have.
Transmogrification? I don't remember what it's
I
called.
think
That was
that is
close.
that's probably it, because I do have Baby Dragon and Time Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the classic
Yeah,
fusion.
I love Time Wizard.
Yeah. So, but I want to make that and just hang it on a wall.
Yep.
You know, just display it for nobody to see.
If not, the Harpies?
Maybe, because I do have a lot. Like I said, I still have.
Whatever
Like I have
the-
a section of cards that I want to put on it, but I have a whole like tin of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, so I could always go through that and find something random that it's like, oh shit, here's a good card. You know, something I
Or
have
watch
Celtic
Abridged
Guardian.
and see
yeah.
what cards come up.
Yeah,
and be
right.
like, hey, I'll take that one.
Yeah, right. XYZ Battle Cannon.
So I was just thinking the American dude had some sort of like undead theme going on.
Well, I have his the railgun dragon thing that he has.
Oh, nice.
I forget what it's called. I have every card that's in the fucking the Cops of Coliseum game,
Nice.
basically.
All
All
probably
the cards.
False Kingdom also. By that extension.
But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged is fucking hilarious, and I think everybody should watch it. It
Well,
is.
it sounds like even regular Yu-Gi-Oh sounds worth watching.
Yeah. It's easily the best Abridged series. And there's a lot of banger Abridged, like Helsing Bridge slaps.
I did click it, but the culture's still there. Someone made a Dawn to Dawn Abridged. I did click it.
Solo leveling Abridged, they call it sister leveling.
It's great.
Because it's hilarious.
The scene's still alive. The kids are all right.
Yep. But Dragon Ball Abridged, goated. Naruto Abridged, goated. I never actually.
Code Geass Abridged.
Oh, Code Geass Abridged. I'm
I
in the
feel like I watched
superstore.
the Death Note one too.
Probably.
Yeah,
There's a bridge for everything.
Naruto one was probably my favorite back in the day, though. Of the ones I was actively watching.
Baby, what do you got? Milk. Moo. I don't remember there being a Bleach Abridged, or if there was, I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it. No. Kubo had too much sauce. They couldn't take it down a peg.
Dragon Ball Bridge though. That's
Also
up there. But no, fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge is goated. Though I will say, Team 4-Star.
Yes.
Because I think they might be the ones that do Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge too.
They are. I'm like certain.
But they're the goats of everything.
Or is that just Little Karibo?
Well, I know they do Team 4-Star is the ones that do Dragon Ball Abridged. And the Cell games is just hilarious. Let me see. Oh. Yeah. Well, nope. Little Karibo did.
I was like, hey.
Yeah, 86 episodes. The only thing that sucks is that the last episode. Okay. There's at least 3 new episodes so they have episode 82 came out 6 years ago. Episode 83 came out 4 years ago. 84 came out 2 years ago. 85 came out 1 year ago. 86 9 months ago.
Hey, I like the pipeline is increasing flow. Speed.
But no, the voice actors on Team 4-Star are fucking talented as fuck. Kuwabara dude sounds just like him. Yusuke sounds just like him. And then I'm sitting here saying this, and there's someone probably listening to me like, well, actually, they got the original voice actor to help do it because they're so popular. Which I would not be opposed to. Like, I would see that happening.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
I could absolutely see that happening.
Cell sounds like
exactly like it.
Exactly like him.
There was a Yu Yu Hakusho Abridged, was it there?
Maybe.
It was, because I swear to God, yes, because he also sounded exactly like the characters. The Kuwabara impression was immaculate.
Yeah. They need to remake Yu Yu Hakusho. They need to do the Rurouni Kenshin.
No, we just talked about missing the 90s dinge. Let's not rewrite everything.
Yeah,
Yu Yu Hakusho's fine.
Is it, though?
It is. It doesn't go nearly as slow as, like, Rurouni Kenshin did.
True.
I mean, like, some of the moment-to-moment stuff, like, yes, but, like, plot pacing-wise, it's not, like, the same DBZ problem where a fight takes, like, 5 to 6 episodes, or... And plus, it doesn't need better choreography either, because most of it is like, I shot my spirit gun. It's like thug fighting, not martial arts, you know?
Yeah. That last season sucks dicks,
Yeah,
though.
and you can't fix that part without a huge rewrite. It does. I hate it.
Gonna have to bring Togashi back on.
A whole ass blemish.
Imagine they did remake it, and then they just stopped at that, like how the DBZ, the
Did
Budokai
they write
HD,
out the arc?
yeah, like how the Budokai HD collection just leaves 2 out. Yeah, we know this game sucks. Nobody wants it. We'll just give you 1 and 3.
What do you mean Portal to the Demon World? That's not there. Don't look here.
The story ended with the fucking
Evil detective guy.
yeah,
I forget his name.
same.
Shunsui, Shisui.
Actually, yeah, I think
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
She's
the name that
I
came
think
to
it's
my
the
mind.
second one, yeah.
That was a good arc.
I liked it, yeah. That's probably where Kubo got his idea for the Fullbring arc, because the Fullbring arc is like
We're like you.
the substitution Soul Reaper before Ichigo.
Oh, hey, yeah, yeah.
The only other substitution Soul Reaper ever.
Damn.
It's just him and Ichigo, the only two. And I was like, but it's good. It's been, I mean, the arc. So a lot of people don't like the Fullbring arc in Bleach, but one, I think it was too long, which is the problem. But two, because it's like you set up this thing. I liked the beginning of it, of like it's like a horror element. I thought it was pretty cool, especially when I first seen it. Like when you first see it, like Ichigo, like all of his friends get turned against him by Tsushima because he just stabs people and rewrites their memories.
Damn.
So he basically made everyone think that.
Oh, I say damn,
of,
like I don't know that, but
he was part of the friend group or whatever, and turned basically everyone against Ichigo. It was really cool. But the problem is, it's like it was super long to the point where until Soul Society gets back involved, but then when they do, there's just no challenge at all. They like all of the Fullbringers get stomped. Like, it's not even a question.
probably realistic, but it's
Renji,
not like
Renji fights one of the people, and he doesn't take damage.
what? No, that's just fan fiction.
Yeah. One of the guys had the misfortune of going against Kenpachi, and he one-shot him. Cuts him in half.
It's a literal Deus Machina because they're
The
like
only-
literally gods coming in and fixing the plot.
The only person that took damage was Byakuya, but he did it to himself because he was fighting the dude that could rewrite memories. So he would he hurt himself in order to not have something happen, and then but then it's Byakuya. I'm like, you chose the wrong person to fight. First off, dude, because he's
You
the
also
one
have to hit
dude
him.
that would still be okay with killing you if you made it insert that you're like his brother this whole time, because his whole introduction plot was about killing his sister.
That man's all about duty.
Yeah, so it didn't work out well for him. But I kind of liked. It's not a terrible arc, but
I
it
watched
feels
someone defend it.
yeah
on YouTube.
It feels more like a bounce arc. So you would think you want to skip it, but it is in the manga. It's a canon manga.
I kind of want to re-watch the Bout arc because I don't remember a single thing, and I
These
watched
ones,
all of it.
and I thought it was
It's like a
yeah,
memory hole.
Yeah, and I kind of liked it. The main bad guy's
I
pretty
liked it
dope.
too. Everyone
Yeah.
had German names, so it was no wonder.
Kubo took that one to heart, huh?
Yeah, he's like, man.
But that's the thing too, because Bleach fillers are
I'm
always so
edgy.
good.
German's edgy. Let me smash these two together.
Bleached fillers are always fire. Like they had that filler arc where all of the Zanpakuto spirits manifested, and they were the bad guys. And then there was another one with because the
Are you telling me the Curry of Life isn't a good filler? Talking Naruto.
yeah. Isn't that like the last episode of normal Naruto too, or one of the
No,
last
that's
ones?
the second time Lee goes drunk. It was
Yeah,
the filler to show us that again. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
the last one was the mission that Hinata's team goes on. I could be wrong though.
I mean, well, the Curry, it's got to be in the 190 something, because there's exactly 200 episodes of normal original Naruto.
Yeah.
And I think that's got the Rock Lee one's way
way
there towards
there?
the end. But like Naruto filler is just like, let's add some bullshit in here to just
Yeah.
fluff this. One Piece filler is just like, okay, they went to a random place and they did something.
One Piece filler is we took
insignificant.
10 extra seconds to pan across each character's face incredibly slowly.
That's the true filler, yes. But when they actually have like a filler episode that's not manga, that's usually what it is. Oh, they went on a side journey over here that means absolutely nothing, and then they come back and do this. But then at least with the Bleach filler, it's all about...
Like lore.
Kind of, but then it's like not canon, so it's like the filler person trying to extend on lore, but then Kubo's just like...
It's almost like they were a fan of what they were making.
Yeah, because the other one is all about Kon and his species of people. Like, who are these spirits that the Shinigami are using to substitute out of the bodies? They're actual people. They have a spirit, and it's just all about them and their origins and stuff. And like,
yeah, that's cool.
The main dude trying to help, like, bring them to prosperity or whatever, but not in a good way.
The real best filler is Code Geass, but it's because there's only 2 of them.
No, 2 episodes, and it's just a pizza party both times.
Yeah, they're great.
It is great because it's more.
One of them's
like,
damn near not filler because the Euphemia stuff towards the end.
Well, I would say neither one of them are filler because it's more of just a character relationship builder episode.
Well, actually, to be fair, there might be 3 filler because the helmet incident is its own kind of filler. A lot of people call it filler when Lelouch loses the helmet on the cat and Millie calls the...
Yeah, but isn't that in the whole episode with the... Because C2, that's the same episode C2 falls into the fucking truck when she's eating the pizza, the tomato truck,
Oh, is
right?
that at the party too?
I'm pretty sure it is at the party.
Either way, I enjoyed that.
I did, yeah. But here's my thing with Code Geass, though. Code Geass is an anime only, so there was no filler to fill.
That's true, actually. You're right. It is literally not filler.
Yeah.
Fair.
Trying to think of other things, but yeah, filler back in the day was fucking wild. You just boot up an episode thinking you're gonna fucking see something awesome, and then it's like, what the fuck is this?
Boom. Boom.
And then as soon as a Naruto filler, it'd be like, all right, where's the depressing moment that they're gonna slide that swing in there? The more you get about Naruto's backstory too throughout the whole story, and I'm like, the less that seems mean to me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? Every time you're like with the boys, they're all chilling and hanging out, having fun. It's like you were friends with Shikamaru that whole time. You were friends with Choji that whole time. But like all of original Naruto, it doesn't seem that. It's all changed in Shippuden. It's almost like Kishimoto got cloned or replaced by a scroll, and he wrote Shippuden instead of normal, everyday Kishimoto. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is weird. Because they even wrote in more into like Naruto and Sasuke, and more into Naruto and Shikamaru.
Shikamaru's Naruto's best friend. Yeah. Hands down. Definitely not Sasuke.
But tell me, what are you doing sitting on that swing then, bro?
Right? He had people looking out for him.
The part for
but
me is
just
still
not good enough.
The mind-shaking reality that no one was there for the child of the 4th Hokage.
Yeah.
That's the part. It really turns my stomach a little bit.
You know that most of... I don't know about how many, but most of the adults in the village had to have known. They didn't tell the next generation, but like the 3rd Hokage knew 100%. Kakashi 100% knew. Anyone that was a Jonin at the time must have known, because everyone was aware that his mother was the previous Jinchuriki.
Yeah.
And his father, and she was pregnant when she died, and his father and Minato died. So you're telling me, okay, so Minato and Kushina die at the same time, the same night. She was pregnant at the time.
In the middle of the crisis.
Deep 9 months pregnant. Like, we knew she was expecting any day now. Then suddenly, some blonde kid shows up that is now the new Jinchuriki that just so happened to have been born the same day those two die, and he looks exactly
Or do they
like
assume
the
they grabbed the
fourth
closest homeless kid to seal it in?
Hokage? Right?
I also feel like anyone, I don't even say like Chunin or higher, would be able to like realize it's not like a demon child. Like, would know better than to ostracize him for it.
All right, and then here's the other thing, right? I challenge you to name another Naruto character that has yellowish blonde hair. Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't got.
Yeah, bro.
The only character that came to my mind was fucking Boruto, so that doesn't count.
The only one that came to my mind is Tamari, but she's more of like a
by that
lighter
vein,
blonde.
Ino's close too, but that she's also a lighter blonde.
Yeah. But Naruto's blonde is more of a yellow than it is a blonde.
Yeah,
so.
and that's still 3 people on the continent. Like,
you know what I mean?
I'd almost start asking around about Ino and Tamari's parents.
Oh, and by the way, his name is Uzumaki. He's the last of
and he says it loudly, too.
His mother's clan.
Yeah, and he says it. Like, he says it out loud.
So it's like, so he's Kushina's son. Got it. Cool.
The plot just got away from Kubo. It's so hard. Keeping, like, a story that... Kishimoto, wow. I just got Kubo on my mouth. Yeah, I just got away from him. But that's why you gotta be so careful when you're going to add more into the past. From the outside,
so because Naruto's longer, right, and it's more complex, and it has so Naruto has more elements of the story with more characters that could change the lore. Where, because I feel like with Bleach, it would be much easier. Because Kubo even said he didn't expect Bleach to go as long as it did.
Yeah.
So you could say maybe he had up to the Soul Society planned, and then he knew because. From my understanding, Aizen was not originally going to be a bad guy. He just kind of really liked that idea when he got into Soul Society. So he killed Aizen off early. And it was like, oh, wait a minute. What if this guy's... You know what I mean? So Bleach's story evolved over time. It was not very planned out. It was, that whole beginning section before the Soul Society, that's what Bleach was supposed to be about. Just like...
In another worlds.
He ever did the...
A world where he didn't abandon the dinge.
Yeah, the Weeku Hollow type thing. And maybe he would have gone to Soul Society. Maybe that was still a planned thing to eventually go there. But... And the whole Aizen thing,
the darkness, man.
arc, into the fucking fake Harakara town, all that stuff. You could tell that Kubo just kind of rolled with it as he went.
Kishimoto was trying to play like chess.
Well, I don't know what Kishimoto was trying to do, because I feel like all of original Naruto, excluding the filler, post 130 episodes after, is pretty... That's tight knit. You know what I mean? There's no fat
to trim.
There's no like, okay, this doesn't really fit, or I feel like he pulled this out of his ass. Because you can kind of feel like, I mean, obviously plot threads are like, that's 130 episodes.
Yeah, but when you talk about pacing on that too, though, he's going those episodes like it's
So I don't know how
literally
many
weaves into the next.
Yeah, so I don't know how many chapters that is, but whatever it is, you can tell that he may not have known exactly what, like, the Tsunade retrieval arc might not have been a fucking plan at the very beginning, but it fit so well. He would integrate things so well into a story to build on it. And then the beginning of Shippuden happened, and it was pretty good up until, I would say, when Naruto and Sasuke meet each other again, because that's after Sasori and Deidara.
Which makes sense too, because that's such a bit like the build up of everything before it, like culminating.
Yeah, and then it just kind of like goes kind of wacky after that, and the whole last arc is just whatever.
Yeah,
but then
we've talked extensively on that one.
Then you get to the god. The goat.
Oh, Oda.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Have you even seen anything about the last week's chapter?
No. Thank you.
Praise be Oda. Dude, I don't know how he does it, dude. He drops a chapter, This whole chapter is a banger chapter. Nobody gives a fuck about any of it. We all care about that last single page. One double-page spread of a fucking drawing on an ancient tree that is 900 years old, and it's just One Piece lore. And I've watched, shit you not, 12 different YouTube videos, varying in lengths. One of them was an hour and a half long, all just trying to dissect the mural. I'm just going to show you the mural from chapter 1038. One Piece mural.
I almost expect you to get real life murals before anything else.
No, I came up, but Google Images sucks in the sense that, like, you can't, like, expand the picture. Oh, it's a Reddit post.
Companies have taken up all of our touchscreen with functionality. It's a nightmare. God forbid you try to touch a screen that has text on it.
There's so much in that fucking mural. It's, like, insane. The amount of things to just go over it with the words at the top. No, there's more to that. That's just like the bottom picture of it. There's words at the top, 3 different sections that describe the first world, the second world, and then the third world, and just like the lore.
Is that the moon up there?
Yeah.
I just wanted to note that.
That's fucking NL's Arc Maxim right there. That's the Noah from fucking Fishman Island. Yeah. I mean, obviously there's a lot of context of 1,000 chapters. Well, not 1,000. You're pretty deep. You passed Skypiea, but hundreds of chapter of things. Like the importance of this mural, and we'll be talking about this double page spread until the end of One Piece, 100%. Because this whole thing is the end game of. This is like the final war and shit, and it's just like, oh, it's so good. It's just One Piece was, and there's no break, so there's an actual chapter this week.
So you reminded me, we didn't have Dawn to Dawn.
No, we didn't. But
Speaking of breaks,
it's just Goda.
glad you were served well.
Oh, we were. He hasn't missed a chapter since fucking Wano ended, and even in Wano was. I love Wano, but I will agree with people that like Act 1 dragged on. It was a little too long, like because it's always the same thing. Like most of the time, you get introduced to a new island, and it's so Straw Hats branch out, and you meet the key people for the island and what they're doing and their day to day, and it's like. But with Wano, because Wano has been built up since the second arc of the time skip.
Yeah.
You got Fishman Island. The next island they go to is fucking Punk Hazard. And that's when they meet Kinemon. And Kinemon is with them further into Wano. He's with the Straw Hats the entire post-time skip. Him and Momonosuke. So it's all built into Wano. And so when he gets there, Act 1 is like a little too long with the bullshit every day of the things, and then
getting to know the people.
Yeah, some more other shit happens, but then it's like the Odin flashback is fucking goated because you see fucking Prime Whitebeard and you see Roger, and then you see what we see on panel. We don't see anything, it's just like, but we see on panel Roger finding Laughdale. Like him standing on it. Look like he's looking at the One Piece, but like you're the POV of looking at me as Roger, but the One Piece is behind you.
Yeah.
So we can't see anything. It just shows Roger and his reaction to it. And so that's goated. And then you get the whole Act 3 part of... Even Act 2 kind of drags on a little bit, but then Act 3 is just all the battle shit. So that was fire. But then right after Wano, we get all that crazy shit. Because, I mean, you saw it in... The anime was covering it. You said every week you were seeing some crazy new thing from the episodes that was happening because they stepped up the animation too. But it's like everything that happened after Wano, between Wano and Egghead, was just like we were like One Piece fans were like coming buckets every week of what was going on.
Damn.
And then we get to Egghead, and we're like, this is fucking awesome. And then Egghead takes another break to go like show us something else that's happening. And we're coming buckets again. And then the climax of Egghead with the Goro saying we're just, and then now we're on Elbath, and we're coming buckets like ever since Gear 5. That onwards is just Oda hasn't missed a chapter. Well, I mean he's taking breaks, but
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Fire.
Happy for you.
Oh, me too. It's been a good time to be a One Piece fan. And I'm a little sad, but I know it's going to work out for the better of the One Piece that the anime is not airing right now. Well, it is. It's doing Fishman rerun.
Yeah.
Like the reanimated Fishman Island stuff, but I haven't been watching that. From what I hear, people are saying it's just... So it's basically just like... It's reanimated, but like... The problem with original One Piece anime is the pacing's super slow.
Yeah.
But now they're saying it's like lightning and they're just kind of flying through it. So it's not like they cut it and condensed it into a cohesive, nice paced thing. They just made things just fly by. So everything's just like... Because there's a such thing as too fast of a pacing.
Yes.
And that's, from what I understand, is what's going on right now. And Fishman Island's not a very good arc anyway, so I wouldn't really...
Not pulling you.
It's not pulling me. There's nothing that I would want or care to see in it that would be like, oh, I need to watch this. But it comes back, I think, April.
Yeah.
So I think that will benefit.
I think that's when Vigilantes is airing.
Oh, nice.
I think.
So I think they'll benefit at least for a little while, the pacing issues. I don't think they're going to jump at, like, maybe some of the bigger moments on Renegade they might plan and put 2 chapters, but I don't know if they're going to, because just because they took a few months off doesn't mean they have the leeway to just do 3 chapters of One Piece an episode, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're going to catch back up and be in the same position.
The whole point of this is to build up the time.
Yeah. But, well, I think it was actually the main reason was, one, to help with the pacing issues, was kind of a byproduct, but I think it was more for the Frankie voice actor replacement.
Oh, that's true, too.
To get that in there, get him comfortable, acclimated to things and in there before they start going in, or to find his replacement or whatever they were doing. I'm sure that played a huge role.
Probably.
In its timing, so.
And just how close they were in general, because, I mean... They didn't seem that far behind in the chapters at all.
We're in the same arc.
Yeah.
Well, because with Wano, it didn't really matter because we're like, oh, we're in Wano while it's animated and thing, but
now things are moving.
Wano is 200 chapters long.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. But then when Wano ended and we're in Egghead anime and in Egghead manga, that's a problem. Because Egghead was 2 years, so almost 100 chapters. So he's like 80 or 90 chapters long. So we were, you know what I mean? And yeah, this do... the anime doesn't miss a week.
Yeah.
But the manga does sometimes. So we were slowly catching up.
And again, as the animation got better too, that's less time saving. Like, the episodes are more efficient.
Yeah. Especially when they re-added the ending theme. Adding an ending theme really helped.
Slow it back down a bit.
Because that's a whole, like, minute... Well,
every bit counts. It shows in the old animation with how those little bits to add to stretch it out. The same is true for, like, doing the opposite.
Yeah. They fucking, ever since the live-action One Piece came out, because Oda was taking a bunch of breaks from that because he would have to fly to Africa, where it's being filmed,
yeah,
to do stuff there. So that takes away from the weekly manga chapters. But the weekly anime chapters are still happening. We were to the point where this is our first month. Next week will be our 4th chapter in a row without a break. And I think that's the first time that's happened in probably a year and a half.
Damn.
It's usually there's always about There's usually one break a month, so it's about 3 chapters a month, which is also another thing that reflects the sales every year, because you add up that totals, that's one whole volume less a year than what it would normally have. You know, One Piece sales, that's a million copies.
Yeah.
Right there.
Easy.
But yeah. Seems how we missed out a few things last week. We should skedaddle our way over to the manga section.
Just checking if anyone has an answer for best-selling manga of last year now.
Oh, yeah, because now it's in February.
Yeah.
Had to have been JJK.
It sure was. Yep, JJK, One Piece, Free Aaron, Apothecary Diaries, Blue Lock, Kaiju, Kingdom, Haikyuu, MHA, Spy Family. For visual sake. Makes sense. I mean, yeah, it's
It might
Apothecary
be
Diaries. I don't know anyone that reads it, but I'm sure it's good. If it's up that high, I'm sure it's good.
Wow, Free Aaron was really close to One Piece. 4.9 to One Piece's 5.2.
Happy to see Blue Lock still up there after their boom.
I thought that JJK would be a higher. I mean, 7.6. It's still
nothing to shake a stick at.
2.4 million higher than One Piece, but I feel like it would have been higher. Like more copies than 7.6, but
JJK ending feels like an eternity ago to me now.
It does, doesn't it?
It feels
it was
so
in
long
October.
ago.
It's only in
You're
October,
a liar.
right?
I don't believe you.
Pretty sure it was October. Who knows? Maybe 2025 will be the first time since 2017 that One Piece was number 1.
Maybe. I don't know. And obviously I don't know anything blowing up because we're in.
KaguraBachi would be the only one.
Yeah, true.
That's
KaguraBachi does not miss many weeks.
Yeah, so KaguraBachi was the only, because I was thinking while you were reading that out, because if Free Ren didn't beat it out the year its anime came out, I don't think that Free Ren will beat out One Piece this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure I think Free Ren's monthly. So.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Because all the backlog, you know what I mean?
Yeah, same with the Blue Lock effect.
The backlog's been purchased by all the big people.
That's the only thing working against KaguraBachi is that it's new. There's no backlog to help push that kind of metric.
Yeah, but because it's new and it's
fire.
It'll have a full year this year of volumes to put out and sell. You know what I mean? So even if it just sells, say, 1 million copies per volume, it'll sell more than One Piece because One Piece will be short of volume. You know what I mean?
Let me see. There's sales numbers for KaguraBachi. I haven't heard in a long time.
I mean, it's probably only 3 volumes out, 4 volumes.
Yeah, I think more. I think about 4 or 5.
So I think we're in chapter 60, low 60s.
I can't find a good one. I do have a general. It sold more than 1 million as of December.
Total copies?
I think total copies.
Was that for 1 volume or total volume? All volumes? Can't tell. Doesn't
Can't
give
tell.
that info.
Nah. But speaking of KaguraBachi.
Yeah, we'll just jump right into KaguraBachi then, I guess.
No. Yeah, because you texted me. You're like, KaguraBachi lore.
Oh, yeah, fuck, Jesus. KaguraBachi lore. I was like, I don't even remember what happened.
I didn't read Astro Baby still, by the way.
It was an alright chapter. Some action was happening, but
We'll have 2 to talk about next time anyways.
Yeah. So, KaguraBachi. Let me open the chapter.
Actually, I have 2 to talk about now. I'm 2 behind on Astro Baby.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So next time we'll be talking about 2 Astro Babies.
I'm just going to get this out of the way because we don't give a fuck. Chapter opens with KaguraBachi. They're basically like...
With who? Excuse me?
Huh?
Chapter opens with KaguraBachi?
No, I said KaguraBachi chapter opens with I don't give a fuck. Such and such.
Yeah.
Samura's daughter. Basically being like, yeah, you're Sechi Samura's daughter. Blah, blah, blah. Do you know about the war? 22 years ago, a small island called Shoko appeared in the Southeast Seas. I was like, appeared? Appeared. Then they were like, along with it, Denketsi, the raw metal material of the enchanted blades. The inhabitants of the island were naturally immune to it. They could handle an unprecedented stone without their bodies exploding. And you got this shadowy fear. So I'm like, okay, so aliens is what they fought against in the war.
Might as well be.
Because the island just randomly appears. Or it's basically Hell's Paradise, but the island came to them instead of them going to the island. That's what I got off. But then here I am, right? Because they're saying that, okay, so then Rokuhiro and the 5
sword
masters fight and end this war. And then they even say how, like, because then the people, like, writing on his house, calling him
a murderer,
die, murderer, drop dead, sinner, killer, get lost. And I'm like,
the pieces aren't still adding up.
They're still not, because I'm sitting here being like, okay, so a random island appears off the shore, and
they invade you for a year and a half straight before they ended it. So it's a year and a half of them invading you.
Yeah, but then it also seems like they ended the war, like, in a day.
Immediately, yeah. Because it literally goes a year and a half later, he forged the swords and they wiped out the enemy.
Yeah. It's basically, what does it say that exactly?
Right here, I got you.
Oh yeah, next page. Year and 5 months later, Rokuhiro forged the enchanted blades. It was the master swordsman and the 5 wielders of the enchanted blades who wiped out the enemy a year and 5 months after the invasion. So,
it literally sounds like forged the blades, found the people, the war ended.
1 year and 5 months later, he ends it, and then they say a year and 5 months after the invasion, it's over. So I'm like, oh, okay. So, invasion starts, year and a half later. So within the month,
done.
The month or the week or the day
of him making them blades,
the war ended. Yeah, I thought this war was something that lasted like years.
But like, this also perturbed me because they mentioned specifically that the textbooks even call them heroes. You'd think the general person would at least think he's a hero.
Apparently not. There's still a lot of information that we're missing.
Because then there's whatever's missing here that the general people hate him for, and then the dark secret that he's keeping that him and Uruha like knew about. Uruha.
Maybe the dark secret is that the people were just normal people.
Probably.
And that they thought they weren't for whatever reason.
I still wonder if there's more to him being able to handle the material too. We still have to remember Sojo was going to go to the lengths of using like an immortal child's blood to get these fucking things to work for him.
True.
And our story so far is that Rokuhiro was just so good with it, so good that he just did it. He's the man.
Yeah, it's not adding up.
Yeah, there's a lot of points on this graph.
But no, as soon as I saw the island appear, I was like, ooh.
Gotta text him. I didn't expect the bad guys to just immediately invade the hotel.
Right.
I will say. So much for that safety.
I'm also, like... What is it? Where is it? This guy, the dude that has Uruha's sword... I forget his name. Dude that had the paper-mache power.
Hirohiko. I like his hair up. I just wanted to leave a little aesthetic note. I like how he looks with his hair up.
I don't think that he should be able to just take out these elite soldiers now that he has no sorcery. Because he's like...
But we still don't know what kind of life these people have.
I love how the dude.
I was also kind of like
chilling though. This guy.
Yeah.
The handlebar mustache.
I will say the moment he killed 1-2, I'm like, oh, so you just wasted my time telling me these are elite warriors. I did think that.
You know what I mean? Because it's like.
Oh, so elite that a guy with a hairpin and no magic at all.
And a sword.
It's neat that he used the hairpin after getting it all bloody, also. Just noticed that a little bit. He slices the guy's throat, and you can see the blood dripping from his hairpin in the last page.
Right.
Like Hirohiko, I just wish he wasn't the "we're not so different, you and I" type of character.
Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo. That other guy seems kind of cool, though. The one that's like all about the mastering of the sword technique.
We're two very different people. He's aight.
But whose sword does he have? I mean, is that an enchanted blade that he was carrying around, or is that just a normal sword, and he's just a candidate to take one of the other two sword masters' swords?
I would bet it's still just a regular sword. Like he's definitely carrying around the enchanted blade because he was talking about it, but I don't think he would have drew it. Contract or not, I don't think he would have drawn it. Or at least it'd be incredibly stupid, but he doesn't look like the smartest apple that fell from the tree.
If I was the Hishaku and I was not, my dudes was not a contract bearer of the sword, I wouldn't let them take it with them out onto the field.
No, not with the giant surveillance sky.
Or just in general, because it's like, okay, you have that. What if you ran into a Kabinami dude?
Yeah, they just recognize the hilt or something. And,
or
your tattoo on your hand.
Or because these guys are fucking problem people. They seem like the type that you get in random fights with. They just pick on the wrong dude. They get killed and the enchanted blade just falls out of your hands now. It's way too of a powerful item to take a risk. Now, if they were contracted to it, then you wouldn't worry, because then you'd be like, okay, they're strong enough that no one's going to take them out. You know what I mean?
I've been going on the running theory still that they would somehow like allied with the enemies, but the enemies could wield the raw material without hurting themselves.
So they could just pick up the swords and be like, yo, I got this.
Well, no, I'm more saying that they would have done that by now.
Mm-hmm.
They keep talking about, like, they've sacrificed their grunts to this material. If they could have just been wielding it, I feel like they would have. So maybe they aren't from the island, or, like...
Because I know your biggest theory was always that retaliation from whoever they were fighting in the war. But maybe there is nobody left on that island, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Plus, these guys look like just fucking... the psychoist.
Especially the Shinoichi dude.
Yeah. Even just like all these Hishaku guys, because like that sword guy is literally just obsessed with swordplay. This guy's Hirohiko's just a killer. He's just a murderer who likes murdering.
They're all got their own problems.
We're gonna need to hear John Hishaku's backstory. Give it to me.
I still want to know why they decided to kill Rokuhiro. Because, Rokuhiro wasn't a fighter. They could have easily just...
taken the swords.
But maybe they just didn't want him to make swords to then combat them with the swords. But
true. I'm also wondering if Rokuhiro had sorcery himself. Because it doesn't seem complicated.
Because if they were trying to get swords, why would you, instead of going through the trouble of stealing these swords, and now you have to go kill these dudes, which took you 2 years to even prep up your shit. Why wouldn't you just kidnap Rokuhiro and make him make you swords?
Yeah, but that could also be its whole time-wasting can of worms.
True.
Plus, then, imagine he makes the sword and immediately turns it on you.
I think it just makes more sense to just take them both. You know what I mean?
Take a hostage. They should have taken Chihiro.
That's what I'm saying. You had the perfect scenario. You take him, you take Chihiro. You're like, okay, we're going to keep Chihiro somewhere else. We're not going to tell you where.
If you don't make us swords.
Yeah, and we're going to do some very bad stuff to him if you don't make us some swords. We're taking these still with us, though. And we're going to enact our same plan.
But this part actually brings me back to thinking it's personal. To some degree.
Yeah. Because they also didn't do a very good job of searching the premise, because N10 was already made.
Yeah.
It was there somewhere. Because Chihiro didn't make N10.
To be fair, if they went for the legendary blades that they knew about, I probably also would have stopped searching the premises if I found all the ones in the textbooks.
I wouldn't. When I'd be like, okay, this is a blacksmith that made these weapons, and look, there's a blacksmith table over there. He obviously didn't stop blacksmithing. Maybe some of these other swords and knives and shit around here are worth something. I'll just take everything.
Do you think they faked the invasion? Do you think it was a false flag?
The island,
The
apparently?
island that has super magical resources.
And that suddenly appeared and disappeared. But then who's the invasion force that of a year and a half?
That's the part that kind of puts a wrinkle in it. A year and a half before they solved it. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be some sort of false flag. How guilty Samura and Uraha felt.
Maybe they themselves were the invaders?
Yeah, maybe they attacked them to make them retaliate. Just putting out my feelers.
Yeah. It's weird. Because it's like a lore drop, at the same time it's suspicious lore drop. So you're just like... I feel like what we got was the public statement of it.
Yeah, we literally got from the textbook.
You know what I mean? Like from I'm reminded of the Iron Man 1 movie. I know you probably haven't seen it, but
I definitely haven't seen it.
Iron Man, the first time he takes flight in his iconic Iron Man suit, he's going around, the fucking government sees something, a bogey flying out, so they send like 2 F-35 fighter jets to intercept it. And they're fucking with him, and he's trying to fly around, and one of them ends up crashing. He saves the dude, the pilot, but the plane crashes. So the way they tell the public is that was just a training exercise gone wrong. Instead of letting them know that they were fighting a man in an iron suit in the air. You know what I mean? Smart. So maybe it's, like you said, something like that. It is a false flag, and...
Because they're so guilty. Like, they...
Yeah. At least Samura and Uraha feel that way, and then Rokihira felt like he needed to go into exile for it.
I can almost see it in my mind. Like, they go to do, like, the counter-invasion, push them back, go onto their land, and then they find the evidence that their own country started this shit. Possibly after killing babies. Not to insert that every time I talk about Samura. So I'm going, because the thing with KaguraBachi is it always rises above my expectations for writing. I don't expect it to just be, oh, we killed all those people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's always risen above what I expect of it.
True.
So I want to think it's something juicy there.
I know whatever it is, it's not going to be what we expect.
Yeah, Lord knows last time I had a comprehensive prediction for KaguraBachi and all went to shit.
Yeah, we think Samura was just
I was doing like meta-narrative analysis and everything.
And Samura was flying death flags. No, he's flying traitor flags. He was flying totally different flag, and we could not see it coming.
So yeah, take the wheel, Hokozona. I never doubt.
You know who I do doubt?
I was going to say, before we wrap this up, we really do have to talk about one of these. It's Chainsaw Man.
Mr. Gege 2.0 over here.
Someone said that on Twitter!
Did they?
Yeah, they censored it. There was 4 stars. It was like, if blank did this kind of cliffhanger into the next chapter, y'all would be up in arms about it or something. And one of my mutuals is like, no, you don't censor it. You say his name.
So, last week's chapter is where I had the problem. Because, it's just Denji being Denji.
It is, but
that's what pisses
the problem.
Me off.
I feel like we're right, but Denji character-wise is right back to when he submitted to being a dog with Makima.
Because he's trying to submit to being a dog with
He
War
always
now.
gives up his agency, and I guess that's consistent for him. But it's how long now?
It's annoying shit out of me.
It's annoying the shit out of me too. It was this exact line towards the end where I was like, "Oh, come on, man."
Because he does.
Even though I'm going to turn you into a weapon, doesn't matter. Because for the first time in a while, I'm kind of having fun. He's always.
Oh no, that's
willing.
the new chapter. I'm talking about. Because you haven't talked about last chapter either.
Yeah. I meant what frustrated me with this one.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I keep expecting him to develop. It's not.
And then he's
make
putting
it over the hump.
He's putting Naruto in power, just like off like a whatever thing, because he mentions the Blood Devil and power, and he's like, oh, whatever.
I guess I don't really know them anymore.
And same with like Naruto. I do like the mention of the Fire Devil, though.
Me too. I like the mention of all of these things in general. Like, I do like him thinking about power, thank God, and thinking about Naruto. I'm almost still shocked how fast we jumped over Naruto. When she was almost like... How do I even put this? The fucking thesis statement of this whole arc, like, this whole second half of Chainsaw Man existing.
Yeah.
Like, it was the whole premise. It just came and went so fast.
Just, I don't know,
With
man.
no
I'm just
fanfare,
like,
nothing.
I want Denji to grow.
And he's not.
And he's just not. And he was in part 1.
And he was, even early into this part, he was
with
like...
Naruto, yeah, he was...
But here, he's right back to, like, old Denji, surrendering all of his agency and control for safety and happiness.
You know what I need? I need fucking
And also, I want Yoru off my boy. Can I just say it? I don't even care that he, like, said last chapter that he's into it. Because it's almost exclusively to toy with him.
I think it's her way of trying to make him hers.
Yeah.
To make him a weapon.
Get off my boy. Leave him alone.
Yeah, I just
That's
want...
Asa's domain. Let Asa have my boy.
I want Kishibe to come up and be like, give Denji... Yeah, just slap Denji
Give
around.
him the Reagan treatment.
And give him a fucking epic speech. Some fucking...
Someone needs to pull my boy out. Because Yoshi's is clearly not the friend he should be.
He's not.
I'm back on my original Yoshida theory that he's all about just getting Denji to eat death.
Yeah, probably.
That was my very first thought, because in part 1 he brought it up. He even specifically says, does that mean he could eat death and erase it? Like, out his own fucking lips.
But you'd think then he would also be the same way about Denji eating the aging devil, but he was just kind of...
He kind of was.
Yeah.
It was really just like a truce for safety, but like when he first got to that aging domain, he was kind of on that plan. And the moment they're out now, he's like, okay, turn him into a weapon. Why haven't you turned him into a weapon yet?
Yeah.
What? Do the thing. Why haven't you done the thing? You fucking monster. I can't believe I liked him.
I don't think it's going to work, though. Because Denji was already at a point where it should have worked before, and she tried and it didn't work. When they're on that date, I think that was pretty, like, as good as any time to try and make him... You know what I mean? Because you know how Denji
I don't
is
think
with
she
girls.
can view herself as owning him. I think that's part of the inherent problem. The beat down she took in hell was probably that bad. That little fight they had now since then, that doesn't compare to whatever the fuck they went through in hell. A. And then B, I think she just likes Chainsaw Man. I think Yoru likes Pochita to some degree.
Yeah, and
I think Pochita didn't like Yoru back. And I think that's a lot of what them going through, like, the kitchen and, like, a lot of that tension between Denji and Yoru this chapter before he just said, nah, you're my only friend. But that tension where it's just like, hey, stop killing people. Hey, why'd you do that? You don't need to do that. I feel like that's symbolic of Pochita and Yoru's relationship.
I hope Asa's hearing this shit and she takes back over and just fucking...
I had the perfect meme for this. I didn't send it to you yet. Asa right now. Megami.
The Megami fucking just...
Crying in the darkness. But I personally, my read of it is, I think it's like trying to like show you a glimpse of like how Yoru was with Pochita. I bet this kind of behavior led to them fighting in the first place. Their incompatibility. Because she doesn't value anything. And the other one's called the Hero of Hell.
You think Chainsaw Man's gonna end soon? Because of what,
I have no fucking clue what the plan is.
Neither do I. But, this chapter seemed like... The whole mention of the Fire Devil just seems so out of place to me. It's like, why was that mentioned? Just because that building was on fire. But just to say that, just to be like, oh, he'll show up when the Death Devil shows up. And it's like...
It's weird.
The Death Devil showing up soon?
I think I'm only kind of putting my finger on this now. I think Fujimoto's having a problem building stakes this whole part. Because we're being told a bunch of big things are happening. We're seeing a bunch of big things happening, but none of it feels as big as what I'm being told. Like, I'm thinking of the Falling Devil arc. We find out after that was like a world-affecting thing, but it just felt like Tuesday.
Yeah.
And now we went through the Aging Devil stuff, and it also didn't feel... I don't know. Losing Neuta didn't have that same impact I was hoping. The one shock page was impactful.
Well, I mean,
with
at least he did the raging out, where he goes into the Black Chainsaw form.
It's just like, one of those moments where I'm like, I have to step back and be like, is it me? Am I not feeling the stakes, or is it just a failure to lay them on right? I don't know. But to that point, they're just casually being like, yes, death is going to descend and all the devils, high-ranking devils are going to come. And this is a stepping stone to the Lord of Fear.
I think it's part of Fujimoto just being like, I don't want to draw anymore. So he's just like...
He's just moving too fast?
Maybe.
In a way?
I don't know.
It's not hidden right now for me.
It hasn't. I've been having some qualms with Chainsaw Man.
It was an alright chapter, though. It was better than last chapter. Probably because they got the fuck away from Yoshida and what's-her-face.
Famine?
No.
She wasn't there, was she?
I wish Famine jumped along with them. No, I'm talking about Mifune.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Fuck that bitch.
Fuck that bitch. Part of me wants to still think that she's the fucking Death Devil and Yoshida's just lying. Because what's up with that whole doppelganger situation?
Yeah. I think that would be super anticlimactic to have her be the Death Devil.
I think it would be, but at the same time, it would definitely shed some light on the way she fucking acts. The way she abandoned, Neuta in the streets and acted freaky with Denji like every horseman does.
Except Pestilence. I mean,
Famine, yeah. Famine's the peak horseman.
So we haven't met Pestilence, right?
No, Control is swapped for Pestilence.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Which, I mean, trying to swap one, you probably could have swapped a different one. No, I feel like Pestilence is such an easy devil to just... But maybe you also don't want to sweep every disease under Pestilence. Maybe each disease could be its own.
Its own fear.
Yeah.
Which is true, though, because, I would fear polio more than I'd fear the fucking common flu.
It's true.
Or the Black Plague over fucking
disease and cancer.
Pneumonia.
Yeah.
Or even cancer. I don't know what I would want more, cancer or the fucking Black Plague. I'd maybe go with cancer. It's a slow kill, but I feel like you might suffer more with the Black Plague.
Plus, it's based on fear. No one fears the Black Plague anymore.
True.
Peak Black Plague probably was awful, though.
Oh, 100%. But at the same time, now it's no big deal. Today, I'll take the plague over cancer. Because it's okay, just...
I go get my fucking... penicillin.
Penicillin, and I'm good. My moldy cheese.
As far as devils are concerned, the cancer and heart disease would be there. So maybe he just didn't want to sweat Pestilence under such a broad brush.
Probably.
Plus Control is just slapping.
Or he already had Makima established as a character, and he's like, I kind of want her to be in this group of people, so... Control!
I'm God!
Which one's the best one to take out? Probably is Pestilence, yeah. War, too, because War... I feel like
War
the Tank Devil, Gundo,
War's the one
Devil.
I personally, if I was looking at the equation, I would have taken War out, because I know the whole point is one leads into the other, leads into the other, leads into death. But in my mind, War and Death are just so close.
Well, really, all of them, because...
I know, yeah. All of them kill you. just something about war and death. I would want one or the other taken out. Maybe just because I'd probably maybe even just take out death. Because since they all lead to it anyways. And it's the least interesting of the four conceptually.
Yeah, because you take care of death, and then it's like, what are the other three gonna do to you?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Well, I'm just saying as like symbols
though.
of like apocalypse and death. Like if I had to take one out to swap control, and I'd probably just take death out. Because war already makes you think of death. Pestilence already makes you think of death. Famine already makes you think of death. Why do I also need death?
Yeah, I was just thinking because you need, if you don't want to just take care of Death Devil though, because you want to take care of the Pain Devil too. Because the other horsemen's like famine could be like, okay, you don't eat anymore, say, right? But now you just go through, because death is there. You don't die of starvation, but you still feel the pains of starvation.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, so kill Death Devil, then kill the Pain Devil.
Well, you don't want to get rid of pain. Everyone wants to get rid of pain, but no one actually wants to get rid of pain.
But then, I was thinking, but then you might want to get rid of the Agent Devil, too. Because just because death is gone,
so we're just going to create an immortal god race.
Because what happens if you kill death? Agent still exists.
Yeah.
So you're just going to turn in... Because you know how, like, you see all the people that did live to, like, 115, 120 years old. They're, like... Skin and bones can barely, because they're super old, they can barely move and walk and stuff like that. Okay, what happens when you're 150, 200, 300 years old? You're
the god emperor of mankind on his throne.
That fucking SpongeBob episode when he's delivering the pizza, you get the fucking the shriveled worm sitting in a fucking wheelchair. Never saw that?
I didn't watch SpongeBob. There's only one show I ever watched on Nickelodeon. It was Avatar.
Good choice.
Mm-hmm. My one exception.
So yeah, I don't know, man. It's fucking
all over the place.
Chainsaw Man is just everywhere.
See if I don't even know what to say for that. Like again, something with the stakes. I don't know. It's just not.
You need something.
It could be partially my fault. Because part of me wants to say I'm not invested enough.
Or maybe we're just too stupid enough to see the nuance of what's happening.
No, I don't think that one's it.
Yeah, I don't think it is either.
I'm usually willing to go that route, too. I am. I'm very willing to call myself stupid. Or too stupid for something.
Yeah.
But no, I want to say it's not me.
I think we can safely say it's not us.
I don't think so.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I thought to myself earlier, I'm like, after reading this chapter of Chainsaw Man, I was like, man, am I just reading too much stuff? Am I just not consuming things the way I used to? Am I not investing?
Definitely, because we're just older, we've read more shit, so we critique things differently, harsherly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is plenty of like animes that I've seen back in the day that I'm like, oh, that anime was fire. I feel like if I saw that as a new anime, I would skip it. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I don't watch shit.
Alright, Juosei.
You know, that came to my mind too, actually. I'm like, man, maybe I should rewatch Juosei before I see that.
Fuck yeah.
Planet of the Beast King. Planet of the not nearly enough gays for how gay everyone looks. They did. Those were some handsome men, and that's the one thing I do remember. Unfortunate.
And then, yeah. Spy Family's cute, though.
I didn't read it.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's 5 pages.
Yeah.
That's, like, literally. And then you said you didn't read Astro Baby.
I read Kaiju.
Yeah, but not much happens in Kaiju. Like, you can say everything that happened in Kaiju in 3 minutes. He pulled the fucking Ichigo against Aizen.
Yeah.
Literally what I was thinking.
A whole lot of, what is this?
Well, no, because she's like, can we fight over there?
Oh, yeah, over by that clock tower. Meet you there.
It's literally what Ichigo does to Aizen.
I was just thinking of everyone gawking over it for like 3 pages.
Yeah. There you go. That was all of Kaiju.
Woo! Actually, I do want to say, I don't know how I feel about the design.
Just the same. It's just white with cracks.
Yeah, but
or lines.
It's
on it.
the horns and the skinniness. This is nitpicking. Let me say that outright. First of all, it's cool, but it's a little nitpicky.
I would need to see more of it.
I think it's not nearly as cool as his just normal look. Too much horn, not enough thick. Like, why do you get skinnier?
Mappa has too much of set too. I was just thinking about this the other day. I was like, you know what? When are we getting more fucking Vinland Saga? I was like, oh yeah, Mappa made it. That's why. When are we getting more fucking Hell's Paradise? Oh yeah, Mappa made it. Because they just came out with that fucking douchebags of all companies to make this anime. They made the fucking anime about the manga the animator.
You know, they also did the Rama 1/2 remake.
Did they really?
Yeah, that's them.
Wow.
Which I'm kind of curious to watch, but they need to calm the fuck down. They need to stop taking on more projects. And also, this is the page that made me go,
It's not terrible.
I don't like the horns that much.
It's just, well, I don't like the double horn, because see how this the front horn here?
Yeah.
The smaller one, and then it gets bigger. If it was just the bigger, I would be alright, but it's like double layered. That's kind of weird to me.
And to be a little fair too, I think I'd like it a lot better if it was colored a little differently. Like if they brought up some of like the old like color up into the head a bit more. Color the horns maybe. I don't know. His brow looks weird to me. His face got skinnier looking to me.
I like how they say that he's now over 4:2:10. I was like, well, he was 9.7 in the first episode.
I once again thought to myself, is Kaiju ending?
100%, yeah. I think this is the Mac Daddy of fucking Kaijus.
Yeah. I'm so sad.
Because you got to think, though, when he beats this, what comes next?
What could he possibly do next? I think it's going to pan to a shot of him by Mina's side in the squad. It's going to be like happily ever after.
I don't know. This form is not reversible,
no.
as they said, but, you know.
But, I mean, there's already plushies of him. Well, one plushie of him. I don't know if it was homemade. The little girl made. A fan of his. So, like, I'm saying he's really close to public acceptance already.
Yeah.
They're all in bunkers watching him save their life.
And who knows? Maybe Mina's down bad for that fucking kaiju.
I'm sure. I mean, it's shonen. Like, she's definitely down bad for it still. I say that because, like, Joan of Arc gets with the dragon.
Yeah, but that's not shonen, though.
Akame got killed gets with
Mina
gets with the dragon.
But it's okay. I'm like down for it.
No, I think that's shonen though.
Akame got killed?
I think so. I'm not gonna.
I don't think so. I don't think it's on the shonen app. That's why.
I don't think it's Shonen Jump. I'm saying shonen as like
maybe
manga made for people less than 18 in Japan.
Yeah. Who knows?
Shonen's not against it.
Good for her, if otherwise. Get her back blown out by a fucking kaiju. Go easy, Kafka. Might fucking kill her.
It's rising. It's 42-7. 42-8. I think this kaiju just hit 42-10. You know I did. I think that wraps it up.
No, he's just setting off the fucking kaijus.
He's got the jets.
Did a new kaiju just spawn? Then this is this one disheveled older man sitting in the corner somewhere being like, no, it's just Kafka. What is he doing, sir? Don't worry about it.
But maybe evacuate this block.
Evacuate blocks A through 7. Set a quarantine zone.
He's busting out the jets. Get a few more houses evacuated.
Bring in the cleanup crew.
Oh, God.
and call EMS. She'll need it. Who's she? Who's she, sir? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Jesus.
Only the supreme commander of the entire defense force.
He's the only one that knows, protecting the secret.
That's been 97 of the Dukes of Weebdom.
Yeah.
It's only going to get more graphic from here. We're good.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah. Peace out. We'll see you next week with more. One of these episodes will have all of our chapters. They'll be there.
Yes.
They'll be square.
Next week we'll start with manga.
Hopefully. If there's no breaks.
If I read.
Yeah, that too. But anyway. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.